Hey, guess what? So Joe Biden, I want to remind everybody, Joe Biden, to rich donors, nothing would fundamentally change if he's elected. And boy, oh boy, is he really proof. So here, why do I bring this up? Because Joe Biden is saying he is going to change something fundamentally. He tweeted this out: as a nation, we must ask, when in God's name will we stand up to the gun lobby? First of all, what do you mean stand up to the gun lobby? You mean, when are you going to stop being legally bribed by lobbyists? Never is my guess on that one. When? What? Go ahead.
He says, as a nation, we must ask. Like, everyone asked that. We all have been asking that.
Yes. So he goes on to say, let me read the rest of this tweet. He says, when in God's name will we do what needs to be done? I'm sick and tired of it. We have to act. When in God's name? That's what. So here he is. He goes to, he went to Uvalde, and people started chanting, do something. Watch this. He said, watch, he says, we will. So he's pointing, he's always pointing. So there he's going to get in, then he's going to say something again. We will. So you heard him. He always walks like you walk when you get out of the hospital. You know how you walk? You're like, oh, okay. Make sure I don't fall. It's like, that's how he walks all the time.
Oh, with his arms perfectly still?
Perfectly still at the side, his head not moving. So, and Biden in Texas, we will do. So you heard him say, we will. And after he said that, you couldn't tell, but the crowd was like, wait, what? We're talking about our shitty cops. We already know you won't do anything, Joe. So he's really claiming he's going to do something. So, which sounds like something fundamentally will change. And then he tweeted this out. After he said, we will, you saw him go, we will. He said that to the people. He said to everyone impacted by the horrific elementary school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, we grieve with you. We pray with you. We stand with you. And we're committed to turning this pain into action. Sounds like he's going to fundamentally change something. That's what it sounds like. But he stands with you. He grieves with you. Isn't that what the Uvalde cops did instead of stopping the shooter? That's what that sounds like. The parents begged them to do something. They were like, no, we have orders to just stand here with you. So I don't know. Is he going to do something? Is he going to actually do something that changes things fundamentally? Well, that's the next day. The next day, he says, it's not up to me. It's up to Congress. The next day. So that was May 29th, May 30th. I can't dictate this stuff.
I like the just in right after his promise.
Yeah.
The just
in.
We won't do something.
Well, come on. We will. I don't know.
Those parents weren't specific enough. I mean, technically, he did do something. He said, he went to Congress and said, look, I'm going to put off the blame on you.
Yeah.
Weren't specific enough.
That's what, that's not what you want me to do?
It's like the monkey's paw. You have to be specific with your wishes.
So what about Congress doing so? I mean, even though Joe Biden said he will, and now he's giving it to Congress, what's Congress going to do? Maybe they'll do something, right? The timing does not look good for major legislation on the guns anytime soon.
Did they ask a magic 8-ball?
Does not really. How did you come up with that? Does not look good. Well, and why does it not look good? They say because lawmakers who are zealously guard their time off during congressional recesses are back home in their districts for a week-long Memorial Day break, and the delay will almost certainly slow any momentum felt last week. Oh, that's why? That's why? I have a feeling. I mean, all that's technically true, but that's not the reason. The reason is that we have a complete. We have a ridiculously corporate-owned, bought, captured government that doesn't represent us. That's why.
It's not that they just had a big meal at a barbecue or something.
I love how Biden just says, "Hey, I can't dictate this stuff." It's not like it's an emergency vaccine or anything. I like this. President Biden's continued support of the filibuster is preventing gun control legislation from passing through the Senate. He meant it when he said nothing would fundamentally change. So that's the promise he's sticking to. But I just want to know, can Homeland Security at least appoint a crazy lady to sing about guns on TikTok? Are they doing something for guns? Yes, they are. So now it's going to go back to the states because Congress and Joe Biden aren't going to do anything except go there and go, oh, I really feel your pain. My God, we got to do something. How about we do this? No, not like that. So here in New York, this is what they're doing in New York. Where an 18-year-old in Buffalo was charged 2 weeks ago of committing a racist mass shooting, Governor Kathy Hochul said she would seek to ban people under 21 from purchasing AR-15 style. So there you go. Everything's fixed. There you go. Everything's taken care of. People under 21 can buy AR-15s. Okay. Also in New Jersey, they're doing a similar thing. Governor Phil Murphy urged lawmakers to advance firearm safety measures, okay, including raising the age to 21 for purchases of long guns. Did that really think that's the problem? That's been the problem.
You just it's like short pants when you were a child in the old timey. You're not old enough for a long gun.
You're not old enough. And then it also says what they're also going to do is expose gun makers to civil lawsuits. Now that is actually constructive. Why, Jimmy? Because I bet if gun makers were liable to civil lawsuits, they would be doing a lot more with their profits to make sure gun violence went down. Don't you think? Don't you think that they would be making sure everybody had to have some kind of safety course before they got one? If they were liable, they would want to make sure people were licensed. They would want to make sure those guns were held in locked places, especially if they were long guns. They would want to the gun manufacturers would make sure that there was safety surrounding their guns.
They would be running our town. The Bloomberg gun thing would be those companies. But I mean, you saw with Twitter, they just struck down. Like, what company are you going to be able to? It kind of seems like that Twitter thing of like we're a bookstore, not a publisher,
right? And
then they try to how I don't think any of this. I don't know what any of this is going to go.
Nothing's going to happen, Kurt. There's the point. But if at least that's something. Like if they could make gun companies open, it's not. It's not going to happen. You know, it'd be like trying to sue a car. They would say you don't sue a car company when someone drives drunk. That's what they would say. You don't sue a car company if someone runs somebody over with a car. It's the person who's driving the car who's responsible. And so, but I'd like to get that in front of a jury. Anyway, there you go. So that's Joe Biden not doing anything, and nothing's going to fundamentally change. So he's keeping true to his promise to rich people he made behind closed doors, because that's where he said that. He said that to a bunch of Comcast executives when he started his campaign. Nothing will fundamentally change. And he said it behind closed doors, off the record, without a recording.
So that's a Mitt Romney type. Remember Mitt Romney just before?
Yes, yeah,
Obama?
Half the country, 47% of the country will never vote for us, that kind of a thing.
I like when they record their secret rich people meetings. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
People do good work with that if you want.
It's like when Hillary... Go ahead.
The real problem here is that, where's Beto O'Rourke? Biden said he was going to put Beto O'Rourke as his guns are. Obviously, if Beto O'Rourke was in the picture, there'd be no more mass shootings.
Beto O'Rourke just did a publicity stunt at a press conference. Isn't he running for governor now?
Who knows? Probably.
I think he is.
He's not going to win.
Yeah, he's such a schmuck. Hey, we're doing stand-up comedy in Irvine, California, Las Vegas, San Diego, Salt Lake City, Indianapolis, Louisville, all over the place. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for tickets.